Good morning, folks. And if in case you haven't heard the news this morning, a KOTOR or Knights of the Old Republic sequel is in the works by EA. This is exciting stuff. I think this is the biggest news for me regarding the Star Wars franchise, either as a gamer or as someone who likes the lore. I am by no means a Star Wars fan. Compared to other fans I've met, they're certainly way more versed in the lore than I. But for me personally, I love KOTOR. KOTOR 2 is fantastic. And I never touched the MMORPG for various reasons. So looking at a standalone sequel to KOTOR, KOTOR 2, fantastic stuff. And this is all good news. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is apparently in development at EA, according to a new report from Sinlix, the same source that accurately leaked the existence of the Obi-Wan TV show last year. Now, if you didn't know, I think news was it yesterday evening. The Obi-Wan show is currently on hold, either indefinitely, possibly till summertime, which is really sad considering that script could write itself. I mean, you barely would need a good writer. You just get Ewan McGregor, say, Ewan, what do you want to do? Hire some actors, and you're done. But apparently they screwed that up, so oh well. All we have left is KOTOR and Mandalorian. Citing two separate sources, it claims are close to Disney's Star Wars plans. A new take on Bioware's classic MMORPG has been greenlit by publisher EA, one designed to integrate the elements from the first two games in order to bring certain things into the current Star Wars canon. Now, if they can do a similar style of game, which is real-time with pause, boy, that would be a return to form. All the classic nuts who love those styles of games like myself and remember the KOTOR games, be like, yeah, that's exactly what we want. We just want more of the same, which worked well, which was fantastic, whose storylines were great. Talk about subversion all you want. Talk about plot twists, plot reveals. KOTOR 1 and 2 are where it's at, with one of the biggest cinematic franchises to play with, and philosophy done right. Honestly, all EA has to do is throw money at Chris Avellone, or if you want to be more structured about that, I guess the Obsidian, and they would make a great game. No problems. Rumors of a KOTOR remake have been swirling for years. Okay, remake. But this report now claims that this latest project is more of a sequel reimagining than a by-the-numbers reboot. Think the latest God of War game, and you get the idea. Okay, so obviously if they were to remake KOTOR, that probably wouldn't be wise. There's no need to do that. Maybe a remaster, that would be fine. But you don't break, or you don't redo what's not broken. Why would you do that? That's why everyone's clamoring for a Mass Effect 1 remake. Not a remake, what's a remaster? Because it's fine. You just fix some of the gameplay, you fix some of the shading. That's it. Beef up the graphics engine. What more do you need? Same story, fantastic stuff. I'd buy that. Given the recent success of Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order and all that talk of an ambitious multimedia project from Disney known as Project Luminous, it wouldn't be all too surprising to see EA revive the much-beloved Knights of the Old Republic universe back to life. Not to say it's dead. The MMORPG is still around, and I've heard from Exlatalis and other YouTubers, other fans of my channel and on Discord, that it's been getting better. All the DLCs, the expansions, those have been working. So they've been adding better storylines to each style of gameplay, each class you play, which is cool, which is great. I remember all the hilarious memes that came out as a result of the Tortanic and the rocky start it had for several years. And now it's finally digestible. It's actually fun to play. Good stuff. Good to hear some good stories coming out of that, of an online game, which you don't hear too often. It's unclear whether Bioware itself, this sentence is just brilliant. Currently working on Anthem, Dragon Age 4, and a new Mass Effect game, and KOTOR, which has involvement with its rumored sequel, though it seems unlikely given how far the studio is already stretching itself. Okay, so I don't think, if Bioware takes on any more projects, it's going to explode. Anthem. One of the worst games I've ever seen at launch and at release and at patch, and it's still, like, I think less people are playing that than like Fallout 76 or something. It's that bad. This is not a reason to go back to Bioware. Okay, it's like, oh, what are you working on? Anthem? Oh, okay. No. Then you have Mass Effect. Yeah, I think there's nothing to expect out of the Mass Effect series anytime soon. And I think consumer confidence, to put it in a business sense, is at an all-time low. I can't imagine them making anything worthwhile in the Mass Effect world that I would even give a crap about. The only thing that is reasonable to consider that people would say, hey, it would be interesting to look at another Dragon Age title. Arguably, I would be interested in seeing what they do. Not excited to see it, though, because Inquisition and Dragon Age 2 really didn't do much for me. You could see their production schedule, their actual product, the DLC, the multiplayer, all that other crap they put on top. Not the best version of Dragon Age, let's just say. But that's their only thing to look forward to in the world of Bioware is the Dragon Age sequels. At least they're nice to look at, right? We could look at, well, maybe not Dragon Age 2 in some cases, but at least they have the lore and it's a continuing plot line, and it's not they're just making games. They're doing it because they're passionate about it. Just none of the old guard, none of the original founders of Bioware are around anymore to, at least the producers and directors and writers are around anymore to make something worthwhile. You could say that the Weeks family is still there. Questionable what they can do, but man, that's it. Don't give it to Bioware. Give it honestly, as I said before, give all the money to Chris Avellone or Obsidian, and you have a hope and chance of this thing being good. Either way, if the Force is with us, we'll hopefully hear more official details at this year's E3. Well, it's the most exciting news for me in the world of Star Wars this year, or perhaps the past few years. And yeah, good news. Good news. They could screw it up royally, which they have done with the MMORPG, and then they sort of rebuilt it back up because you could do that because it's an online game. But single standalone real time with pause RPG, please, please, that's all we want. Just keep doing what you're good at. Obsidian or Chris or whomever, throw your pitch at EA, go for it, man, and we'll be fully behind you. I don't care if you kickstart it, I don't care if you buy the rights, just do it. I'd love to see it. Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you have a great day.